everything's alright. Every night, just one thing on my mind. I'm just waiting on that moment. Waiting on my moment. You say, oh, you got that out shit? Hell no, next time that's mine. As long as I stay hustling, I'm gon' shine. I'm just waiting on that moment.
What's up, guys, and welcome to Fisherman Huddle. We're on the field today, and I'm going to be talking about bank fishing. You know, bank fishing is a very good place to start if you're a new bass fisherman and you're wanting to check this sport out and get into it. And the first thing you got to understand is, how does a bank work? You know, what are the places I can throw where I can guarantee a hit? I'm going to teach you that today here at Fisherman Huddle. And we're at this place. I was driving to this other park, and I saw this place on the side of the road, and this giant snapping turtle. I mean, it had to be like 20 some pounds. I was trying to get a little glimpse of it, but you know, when you're approaching a bank, you know, it's pretty big, man. A lot of things to cover. This is a small pond, but you know, you see a lot of trees, a lot of brush, bugs, stuff like that. You know, vegetation, trees laid over. You see all this good stuff, and you want to catch some bass. I mean, every time I talk about bass fish, first of all, you know, your clothing is very important. You know, when you come to a bank, it's very, very important to wear dark colored clothing, not bright colors, because fish can see that. If they see all this green stuff all around them and they see a bright pink shirt, yellow, they know something's off. They're already nervous. So dark colors work very, very well coming out to a place like this. And plus, if you're at a new spot, you want to throw like a black trick worm, you know, a Texas rig, you know, something like that, or a swim bait to cover a lot of ground, because it's a lot of stuff to cover. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about what are some hot spots and how to break down a pond this size. You know, would probably take 40 some minutes to break down a pond like this, but you can do it a lot faster, a lot quicker when you know what you're doing. And so let's check this place out. So you got your little small brush and everything. Brush here, a big tree here that's covering a lot of shade, so a lot of brush leaning over, and you got a lot of little pocket spots and stuff like that, and trees. Pretty much this place looks exactly the same all around. And if you pay attention to like the dragonflies, they have bugs and most likely frogs and stuff like that. So when you're coming to a bank, if I was here and if I can get to that spot, which I can't, in that little area, I would start off in that area. It's a perfect spot to work because it's a corner. You can work your way around. But since I'm right here in this spot, how you would break off a bank is in the pie section. If this place was clear here, if this was clear here, you know, I would cast to my far left and probably a couple feet away from the bank, and use my bait go all the way down, and same all the way down from my far right, throw as far as I can, work my way all the way down. And first of all, I forgot a step, but the first of all is short distances. You know, from about where that tree is, come out in a circle to about where that bush is. It's your short range. Short range is key, man, because a lot of fish, some fish like to move up and get their prey if they're in the hunt, you know, so you want to chop off. Well, what I do is picture a pie. So from here, from where that brush is, very short, probably that's probably 10 feet out. I would take a chunk here, chunk here, chunk here, chunk here. There's a snapping turtle. He's back. He's like, you're in my spot, bro. He's checking me out. Big snapping turtle coming toward us. So I would pie this part, this section, and kind of space it out. That way you cover a lot of ground, and you can do that within, you know, a 10 feet range. And then from there, you just extend it out all the way out. You stretch it all the way out, and you work your way the same exact way. And the next thing is, next part is, you know, how do I recognize where fish are? Fish like the shady areas, so they will be up under that shady spot because it's really hot. You know, this place doesn't have that much cover, so it would be in that space right over here. Would be a good hot spot. If there was a tree in the water, you know, that would be another good hot spot for these bass to be at. So shady areas are good. If you're early in the mornings, this area would be great to target fish and bass, to target those bass, because they're in the brush area. Brush piles give it good covering for predatory attack. And so brush piles, little brush areas like this would be very, very good. And so, and also watching the vegetation, like if they have frogs or, you know, little bugs and stuff like that, those things to watch for and really check out. So look at that snapping turtle. Oh my goodness. He wants to be in the picture. So like I said, you know, fishing simple, bank fishing simple. You know, you want to pie off your sections when you first come to a bank. And also not a lot of noise and stuff like that. Move very slowly. You know, you want to approach a bank slow. You want to step back from the bank. You don't want to be, you know, this close. Probably about right here would be good. A spot standing about right here, and you're casting out, just checking the little spots. So you just cast out a couple, like a pie here, pie here, pie here. Then you move up to make sure that area is clear, because you want to cover. The thing is, bass fishing, you know, we don't know where these fish might be, but because of just the technique, you cover a lot of ground, and if you know the areas like this spot where the fish will most likely be in a shady area, you cover a lot of ground, and you're able to work your way around a lot smoother. So you got your pie technique. Like I said, certain baits, trick worm or something. I say ground and pound. You can throw a jig, a certain jig that is good for us. The certain jigs there are good for getting around those brush piles and stuff like that. So there's not much here. There's certain jigs that you can use to do that. And also Texas rigging, creature baits, swim bait will be good for covering big areas like this one. And so looks like that is it for covering bank fishing for new beginners. So go out and do your thing and catch the big one. And so remember, the Nature Boy says, always keep it popping.